Hello and welcome to Business Today Television. I'm Siddharth Zarabi, and with me today is the top management, including the Executive Chairperson, Dr. Rashmi Saluja of Religare Enterprises. Welcome, Rashmi Saluja, to our flagship show, Market Today. Thank you for joining us. Let me begin by getting you to speak about your latest quarterly financial performance and the overall sense that the markets are getting, that there are green shoots visible as far as your financial performance is concerned. Take us through some of the key highlights.
Thank you. Thank you, Siddharth, for having us over. I am joined here with my senior management, and I have my group CFO, compliance head, CEO of broking and housing, and CFO of Care Health Insurance. This is the same team that you are seeing right now, who actually stood behind and got the whole turnaround story of Religare Enterprises. And they have been with me for 6 years. We've worked together tirelessly. And to talk about today is a great day, because this has been the exceptional year of 6 years that we have performed. And that's the reason why I just thought that all of us coming over on your show will be in a good position to talk about. In fact, the consolidated financial profit, turned positive to 477 crore against a loss of 130 crores in the previous financial year. That is 23. And of course, Q4 that we've been talking about, the profit of 213 crores from 168 crores. This is where we stand by. And this has been an exceptional year. We've had a turnaround in care. We've turned around. We've got the best care performance. We've got the best broking performance. And of course, we are business ready and for our RFL also. And we have got pretty much all right for our affordable housing company as well. And the ratings have also excelled. So overall, this has been a great year for us.
That's a good point there. I just want to get a sense from you for our viewers as to what were the key drivers for the performance that you just spoke about, and do you expect the turnaround to continue in the current financial year?
In fact, this current financial year is going to be, in spite of whatever, in fact, there has been a little bit of a setback as far as the perception is concerned. But in spite and despite of it, this financial year is going to be really good. I stand committed along with my key management and senior CEOs that this year we will continue driving the similar thing. This year we have had an amazing year because we've had great technology platform. We have added a lot of key personnels working and driving on it. And as far as the regulatory framework is concerned and for the compliances, this has been again an extraordinary year for us.
Market participants, and we can bring up the stock on the screen, market participants are generally positive on the turnaround that the company and all of you have scripted. Would it be fair to say that the worst is behind the company because the news flows that we have seen in the recent past? Is the worst over for the Religare Enterprises Group?
I really don't take it in a negative way that the worst is over, but I know the best is yet to come. So we have created a value, and we are definitely be unlocking the value. And if you would have seen the Ventura report, they are really anticipating that in the next year and a half or two, we would be crossing that 520 margin for for REL. But surely we are, this in fact, which I can see is definitely not our best performance. We could have done much, much better. And of course, there has been little, holding back scenario. And that's the reason why we haven't been looking as good on the share value as the performances. This is not the true indicator of a performance. And definitely this year, I am very sure that the true indicator of our performance would start indicating on the share as well.
Tell our viewers, and I'm sure there will be a lot of interest in that subject, the status of your plans and efforts to revive Religare Finvest. As we understand, regulatory approval is awaited. Can you add and provide us the latest status on that front?
Sure, Siddharth. In fact, this has been the most flagship companies. In fact, I'll say it hasn't yet performed, but I'll say the turnaround story of Religare Finvest has actually reflected in a very good capacity to the entire group. And all the legacy issues were in RFL, and all the cycling off had happened in RFL. So we have returned back to the bank's 9,000 odd crores in last 3 years, and in one-time segment we have returned 2,300 odd crores. So it is an externally debt-free company now, and it has no legacy issues as such. It has been, of course, there is depromoterization has also happened, and we were in fact tagged as the fraud company, and that has also been removed by SBI and followed by other banks. So as you are correctly reflecting, the network is really good. We have enough money in the banks to start the businesses. Teams are ready. We have created an amazing platform as far as the technology upgradation is concerned, and a lot of other ancillary researches have been done as per the market understanding. That has also been perfectly good now. And we are waiting for RBI to give us the final nod. The inspections have happened. The inspections look good, and we have nothing more to submit to the regulator. We're just waiting for a go-ahead now.
Just a quick follow-up. Are there any timelines that are possible for you to share in terms of when the overall regulatory compliance process and removal of all pending restrictions, if any, is going to be completed?
Siddharth, actually, regulators are very transparent, especially in RBI situation. What happens is they have a set parameters as far as the CAGR is concerned and other parameters are concerned. So in which situation, if we comply and we fit into the bill, then of course there isn't a problem. And as I understand, we have a very, very healthy CRAR, which actually, and the other parameters as far as the regulatory framework is concerned, technology transparency is concerned, we fit the entire bill. And now we are just waiting. We have submitted our documents and inspection has happened. We're just waiting for RBI to get back to us. And there is nothing more left pending from the company as far as the regulatory is concerned and as far as the preparedness for the company is concerned. We are good to go.
Okay, I want to talk to you about the insurance and potential for the housing business. But before I do that, I want to bring up a couple of issues because we spoke about regulatory. There have been multiple stories and news flow, and that perhaps may have had overhang on the stock, which is the issue with the Burmans. And there's some amount of litigation that seems to be happening at this point of time. What is the status as far as that ticklish issue is concerned?
So 8 months back, in September last year, the open offer hit the market. And that's how we came to know about that the open offer has come. We haven't had any discussions either before or subsequent to that with the potential acquirers, Burmans. But we've had multiple discussions with them as them being the shareholder earlier. And them and other shareholders have been extremely cooperative, and we've had a very good time with all our shareholders. They have enjoyed the fruits of our hard work. All the shareholders, in fact, from 17 until where it had reached, that is $280. And every time the management, the board, and myself have been fully supported by all the shareholders in each AGM. And every time we've had different interactions with the shareholders, never a point was raised by them or by anybody else. And we had the complete support until, of course, the open offer did come. And it's a little sad situation that the management that you are interacting with right now has been the same management for 6 years. We have had not a single attrition, in spite of the fact that we had a very, very difficult time, whether it was for the, interacting with the agencies or getting to raise capital and so on and so forth. All these things we have faced under the guidelines and the robust, board and the board of directors. All of them have been, they have been with the company since last 6 years. At that time when actually Religare was dusted out and nobody was ready to touch us with a barge pole. In fact, they stood behind, and the best time In fact, when Island FS and other companies like DHFL, they fell down only because of our governance and our regulatory strength, and in fact, how good the board and the management has been. We survived. And as you could see, in fact, the performance speaks the best. In fact, all these years they have been there. Coming back to your pointed question that what happened actually, why these regulatory things have been showing up or why these issues are being pointed now. And that is something which I would be, it's very difficult for me to answer, because until 6 years, the whole 6 years until September, we were fully compliant. We were the best performing management. We had an amazing board, and nothing has changed. And you understand, it is a listed company. Everything is very transparent, and it has been nothing on hiding. So whether it is the remuneration, whether it has been the ESOP, it has gone through it is for me or for my fellow colleagues, it has gone through the same process as any other listed company would have got. The NRC appoints, then it goes to the board, and then it gets ratified by the shareholders. You can do nothing which is below the table. It is totally upfront. And definitely, in fact, the ESOP is the reason why we have survived, because there is a skin in the game for the management. Management stands committed on this, and we vested. In fact, whether it has been CARE or whether it has been REL. In fact, we've all put in money by after the vesting of the ESOP, and that at the time when it was very difficult has also helped the company to survive. So I don't know how much time would it take to get over, but it does not stop us to progress. It does not stop us to move forward. Our aim, for the reason why we are all here, is to basically propel the company, create this 360-degree financial services, get each company to its logical conclusion. And not only we have to do justice to our shareholders at REL, but also at the subsidiary level. And we continue doing that. And if you see that in last 8 months, we have performed extremely well. And that's the reason why we are here to discuss amazing results. But when is it going to be over? Absolutely no idea, but I can promise my shareholders and the market that we stand committed to ensure that with full governance and full strength, as we have committed to drive the company, we shall continue doing that.
I'm sure shareholders and investors will be taking note of what you were saying. Just one quick follow-up on that. So, would it be fair to say that this is a battle of control which has turned into a battle of attrition, where both sides are trading charges, and that has a potential downside for the company and the stock, Dr. Saluja?
Absolutely, Siddharth. Nobody more than me and the management is pained, because we waited and we worked so hard for RFL to turn around and all the other companies to turn profitable and show these results, so that the value that we have created should be unlocking. And this is the reason why we had become and we are quite an exemplary company, that with good governance and shared grit and commitment, any company can turn around. In fact, we are not a promoter driven company. We are a board driven company, and we adhere with the strict regulatory guidelines. And definitely it pains us quite a lot to see that exact hard work has not got converted into the actual share price of the company. Yes, it does hurt us, and we really want this to now turn around, and actually neither us nor any other person or the companies should actually deter the growth of the company.
Is there a possibility, Dr. Saluja, is there a possibility of any settlement, so to say, with the Burman family?
I really don't know what the settlement means. In fact, they were the shareholders, we were the management, and that was the perfect settlement. That was the perfect arrangement that was going on. So I really don't know that what is the settlement to move forward. But anything which is going to help the company move forward, me as a chairperson, the management, and I'm sure the board at any given point of time is very happy to understand what is the way forward. And we really want to do good for the company. We want to do good for the shareholders. To do good for the employees. They have really put their hard work and everything behind it. Please suggest how it works.
Well, that's not for a journalist like me to do, but I'm sure everyone concerned will take note of your remarks. Let's come back to the insurance business. Uh, uh, can you tell us about how it is performing on a standalone basis, and is there a possibility of bringing in an investor there to further ramp up that business?
So, in fact, this has been extraordinary year for insurance. Also, GWP at 7,000 plus in financial year 24, which is up by 34%. This is like an extraordinary time. And not only this year, in fact, during the entire COVID period and subsequent to that also, we have had an amazing time. Combined ratios been good and the solvency has been amazing. In fact, it couldn't get any better. In fact, as a standalone health insurance company, we are doing extremely well as far as the growth trajectory is concerned. We have Kedara invested with us. They are 16% invested with us. We have a Union Bank. They are 5 to 6% invested with us. They have been amazing partners, and they have been. Both of them stand. They are on the board of Care Health Insurance. And any strategic strength which can be looked into, why not? Again, the strength comes from the external validity as much as the hard work of the employees and the management is there. So we are open to any sort of, strength which can move forward as far as the care is concerned. I have Pankaj Gupta, Group CFO, not Group CFO, sorry, Care CFO. Pankaj, would you like to add on how satisfied are you with your own performance?
Thank you, Dr. Rashmi. No, we are very, very satisfied. I think last year, as you shared, we have seen a 34% growth, and we've been profitable in all these years, last 6-7 years. Last year, we have seen profits more than 400 crores, profit before tax, and combined ratios close to 95% with 1.74 solvency. So all financial parameters are very, very healthy. Thanks.
Thank you, Pankaj. That's always reassuring.
Thank you for that detail. Let's also talk about what's in store for the housing part of the business. How's the company working to on its business, and what are the plans as far as generating fresh capital, if any, are concerned?
So I'll just ask, because Rahul Mehrotra, our NDCU, is also here. In fact, Rahul, you want to just throw a light and then I can sum it up?
Yeah, hi. Good morning, everyone. I think as an organization, we have been working overtime to ensure that all our key vectors, all our key matrices are well in control. And we have again given profits last year. So in the entire history of the organization, we have delivered profits throughout the year, whatever have been the headwinds across the group. Still, I think the organization has managed, the key parameters of profitability, of retention of all key leadership. We have great distribution presence with 26 branches spanning 10 states. So now with the RFL resolutions going through, we are all ready to drive forward and ensure that we are able to build volumes from here and take the organization to the next level, which we are calling RSDFCL 2.0.
In fact, thank you, Rahul. In fact, the Prime Minister's vision for housing for all is what we are actually looking at. We are into affordable housing, space, which is the flavor for the country, and it is also the requirement. And we are into now co-lending disbursement, and of course, we are also trying to look into getting, a much better, rating. And REL stands committed to support the business completely.
Okay, let's also get you to talk about the broking business. There's a retail boom, as we can see in the markets, which are at new highs. What are the plans as far as the market share expansion of the broking business are concerned, and what strategies is the team putting in place for that?
So, of course, total income up by 29% to 368 crores is what has happened in financial year 24. In fact, the whole group started with broking, and of course, it got diversified into the other businesses. So the DNA of the company is very strong, and we are into full service broking, and we are very strong into the digital space. I have Gurpreet Sidana here also with me. In fact, I'm going to ask Gurpreet to actually throw some light on it as well.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. So, of course, we have grown considerably and consistently over the last 3-4 years. And our first focus was to bring the business back in good shape. And that is what has happened because, I mean, we have been growing consistently in our revenues. We have delivered profits. And now our focus is that, I mean, we should really become a comprehensive, from a full service broking to a wealth management platform, where we can actually service the needs, not only just the broking, but for all investment products needs of our customers. So of course, the entire new generation which is coming in, they are more price sensitive, and for them we have to also look at any discount offering. So when you look at our platform, it's not going to be only a execution only platform. It's going to be full service plus gradually over the period of time it will become a full comprehensive wealth management platform, and that is our strategy to grow this business sustainably and organically as well as inorganic opportunities, which will look to scale up this business, and that will help us to increase the market share.
And one of amazing things that we are really looking at is our presence in tier 2, tier 3 cities, and of course, pan India, where our presence should be very strong. Our, contact points, our agencies, and our own branches have really, really worked very well. And as Gurpreet is saying, that next 2 years, the entire company is in fact going to be standing and investing strongly on broking.
All right. I guess there's a good sense that we've got for the Religare turnaround. And as we wind up, Dr. Saluja, I'm going to come back to the point about the overhang and the sort of constant sniping that shareholders are witnessing on account of the open offer issue. And there are some other developments, including the IRDI notice. As we wind down, just once again, for the sake of those who are tuned in, should any investor feel concerned? Should there be any worries in the minds of investors and other stakeholders with regard to how you are running the company and the compliances and corporate governance that you are following internally across the group?
First of all, this is the same management, this is the same board, and I have been the chairperson for 6 years where turnaround happened, where all the other legacy issues got over. So precisely that's the point that you just mentioned, that it is the same set of people. There has been not a single attrition. We have been appreciated all around. In fact, the investors, the shareholders invested on this management, on this work. That's where you're looking at. So there is nothing to worry about because we stand committed at all in all fronts, whether it is the business, the regulatory, or the legal front. We are going to be assuring our shareholders and the market at large that we shall continue doing as good as we have performed in past and better. There is nothing at all to worry about, and there is no issues as far as the compliance and the regulation is concerned. As far as the individual board is concerned, we are a very conscientious board, or even at the management level. I have Nishant Singhal, who heads compliance and legal. Would you like to just tell about how robust the platform we are working on?
Yeah, so as ma'am said, and we have worked very hard for the last 6 years to get out of all the legacy issues, and we have ensured that we are fully compliant as far as regulatory compliances are concerned. And we are still following up with the regulators frequently and regularly as and when required, and we'll ensure that this is continued. And we ensure that all the shareholders and stakeholders should not be worried at all as far as compliances are concerned.
And in fact, I have shared this with you, Siddharth, and with all the other people who are interested, that we have a plan to move forward. We really want to raise more capital. We want to diversify and create a 360-degree financial services. A quick word from you, Nitin.
Sure. So, Siddharth, the Religare is a story of turnaround. We should be known for the turnaround that has the market had witnessed, the shareholders have witnessed, and we will continue with that journey going forward as well. The recent events or the financial performances, the Religare should be known for its performance rather than the perception that has been created. We should be measured on our performance, continue to deliver our good performance as we go along, and you will witness this performance continuing in future as well.
And better.
All right, Dr. Rashmi Saluja and the entire management team of your group, thank you very much for taking out the time and answering all the key questions around your financial performance and those that are beyond that as well. I wish you and the team all the very best. Hope to connect with you again at the next quarterly performance discussion. Once again, thank you very much. Viewers, with that, it's a wrap on this episode. We'll be back with more. Do stay tuned in. We'll be back after just a very short break. Bye-bye.